Welcome to Ludical Connections, your guide to navigating relationships and personal growth. In today's video, we're diving into a powerful tool that can strengthen every relationship in your life: emotional intelligence. Whether it's with a partner, friend, or family member, building emotional intelligence can transform how you connect with others. Emotional intelligence, often referred to as EQ, is the ability to understand, manage, and express your own emotions, while also recognizing and responding to the emotions of others. In this video, we'll explore what emotional intelligence is, why it matters in relationships, and how you can develop it to create stronger, healthier connections. So, what exactly is emotional intelligence? At its core, emotional intelligence is your capacity to be aware of, control, and express your emotions in healthy ways. It's also the ability to navigate interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. When you have high emotional intelligence, you're more in tune with your own emotions and the emotions of those around you, making it easier to manage conflicts, build trust, and foster deeper connections. Psychologists Daniel Goleman and Peter Salovey popularized the concept of emotional intelligence by breaking it down into 5 key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. These elements are crucial for anyone who wants to improve their relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic. Let's start with self-awareness, which is the foundation of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions. This may seem simple, but many of us go through life reacting to situations without fully processing how we feel or why we feel a certain way. In relationships, self-awareness means understanding your emotional triggers and being able to communicate them openly with your partner or loved ones. For example, if you know that feeling ignored makes you frustrated, being aware of that emotion allows you to communicate your needs clearly, instead of lashing out or withdrawing in silence. Self-awareness creates the space for honest communication, allowing your relationships to thrive. The more aware you are of your emotions, the better equipped you'll be to handle conflicts without letting your emotions take control. Next, let's talk about self-regulation. Self-regulation is your ability to manage your emotions in a way that is productive and healthy rather than reactive. It's the ability to pause before reacting, to think through how you want to respond, and to choose your actions based on reason, not just emotion. In relationships, self-regulation is essential for avoiding unnecessary arguments or emotional outbursts. We've all been in situations where we've said something in the heat of the moment that we later regretted. Building emotional intelligence means practicing self-regulation, so you can express your feelings in a calm and constructive way. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means learning how to manage them in a way that doesn't harm your relationship. For example, if you feel anger bubbling up during a disagreement, instead of immediately reacting, take a deep breath, step away if necessary, and return to the conversation with a clearer mind. The third component of emotional intelligence is motivation. This might seem unrelated to emotions, but it plays a key role in how emotionally intelligent people approach their relationships. Motivation, in this context, refers to being driven by personal growth and emotional fulfillment, rather than external rewards or validation. When you are motivated by genuine connection and self-improvement, you are more likely to engage in positive behaviors that strengthen your relationships. You're less likely to engage in manipulative behaviors or seek validation from others because you are secure in yourself. This sense of internal motivation allows you to focus on building authentic relationships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding, rather than a need for approval or control. Empathy is the next essential element of emotional intelligence, and it's perhaps one of the most important when it comes to relationships. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and understand their feelings, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. It's about listening without judgment and recognizing that every person experiences emotions differently. In relationships, empathy helps you connect on a deeper level because it allows you to validate your partner's feelings. When your partner expresses frustration, disappointment, or sadness, being empathetic means listening and responding with understanding, rather than dismissing or minimizing their experience. Empathy fosters a sense of safety and trust in relationships, as it shows your partner that their emotions are important to you, even when you're dealing with your own feelings. It also helps prevent misunderstandings and conflicts from escalating, because empathy creates space for open dialogue and emotional support. Finally, let's discuss social skills, which tie all the components of emotional intelligence together. Social skills are the tools we use to interact with others in healthy, productive ways. These include communication, conflict resolution, active listening, and the ability to create and maintain healthy boundaries. In relationships, having strong social skills means being able to express your feelings clearly, listen to your partner's needs, and work together to solve problems. It also means being adaptable and open to compromise when necessary. Good social skills enable you to navigate difficult conversations without shutting down or becoming defensive. Instead, you can approach challenges as opportunities for growth and connection. Social skills also involve being attuned to nonverbal cues, such as body language and tone of voice, which can reveal underlying emotions that may not be expressed verbally. Being able to pick up on these cues helps you better understand what your partner is feeling and respond appropriately. Now that we've covered the 5 key components of emotional intelligence, let's talk about how to actually build emotional intelligence in your relationships. The first step is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment. When it comes to emotional intelligence, mindfulness helps you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings in real time, so you can respond consciously rather than react impulsively. In relationships, mindfulness can help you stay present during conversations, listen more deeply, and be more attuned to your partner's emotions. To practice mindfulness, try taking a few deep breaths before responding during difficult conversations, or take a moment to check in with your emotions before reacting to something that triggers you. Another important way to build emotional intelligence is by improving your communication skills. Communication is the backbone of any healthy relationship, and emotionally intelligent people know how to express their feelings and needs clearly. This means being honest about what you're feeling, but also being respectful of the other person's emotions. Practice using I statements, such as, "I feel upset when," or "I need more support with," rather than placing blame or making accusations. This approach allows you to express your emotions without triggering defensiveness in the other person. It also creates a safe space for your partner to share their feelings without fear of judgment or criticism. Active listening is another crucial skill in building emotional intelligence. It's not enough to simply hear the words your partner is saying. You need to really listen and understand the emotions behind those words. When you're engaged in a conversation, make an effort to listen without interrupting and avoid thinking about your response while the other person is speaking. Reflect on what they've said before responding and ask clarifying questions if needed. This shows your partner that you're truly invested in what they're feeling, which strengthens trust and emotional intimacy. Emotional intelligence also requires self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your emotional reactions in your relationships. Ask yourself why certain situations trigger strong emotions, and consider whether your response is proportional to the situation. Are you reacting out of past hurt or unresolved feelings? Self-reflection helps you understand the root cause of your emotions, so you can work on managing them more effectively in the future. It also helps you identify patterns in your behavior that may be impacting your relationships negatively. Finally, practice patience and compassion, both with yourself and with your partner. Building emotional intelligence is a lifelong journey, and it's important to recognize that no one is perfect. You will have moments where you struggle to manage your emotions, and that's okay. What matters is that you're committed to growing and improving. Show compassion to yourself when you fall short, and extend that same compassion to your partner when they're struggling as well. Emotional intelligence isn't about always getting it right. It's about being willing to learn, adapt, and approach your relationships with empathy and understanding. In conclusion, building emotional intelligence is one of the most valuable skills you can develop for creating strong, healthy relationships. By becoming more aware of your own emotions, managing them effectively, and empathizing with others, you can navigate conflicts, strengthen your connections, and foster deeper emotional intimacy. Remember, emotional intelligence isn't something you develop overnight. It takes time, effort, and self-reflection. But the rewards are worth it. If you're ready to start building emotional intelligence in your relationships, try incorporating some of the strategies we've discussed today. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Ludical Connections for more insights on relationships and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and remember, stronger relationships start with emotional intelligence.